I searched my sister's name on the dark web. I never thought I'd find myself here, but now I know why my sister went missing. I had heard the scary stories about the dark web, but I didn't believe them. I felt safe exploring it until I discovered the horrifying truth about my sister. My sister and I were really close, so when she disappeared 4 years ago, I was devastated. We reported her missing, and the police started an investigation. After 6 months, they declared it a cold case. All they had were 2 dark photos from her phone, and they couldn't tell much from them. Since then, I've tried everything to find her. I posted her photos online, talked to her friends, and even hired a private investigator. When none of that worked, I decided to look on the dark web. I hoped I could find someone who knew something. At first, everything seemed fine, but then I found a website that changed everything. It was full of pages listing missing kids with prices next to their names. It was clear this site was for criminals selling their victims. I looked up my sister's name, and my heart sank. There were pictures of her, but they weren't asking for money. I couldn't figure out what they wanted. After looking closer, I recognized the hotel from the photos. It was in Brazil. I'd never been out of the country before, but I pushed my fear aside and researched everything I could. The hotel was near a popular tourist spot, so I thought it might be safe. Looking back, I should have been more careful. Maybe it would have saved me. When I arrived in Brazil, I went to the hotel. I rested by the air conditioning unit, then looked around my room. Everything matched the photo's wallpaper, bed, mirror, clock. I noticed my sister's pictures on a bulletin board at the front desk. The concierge, an older Brazilian man, saw me looking and approached. I touched the photos, and he sighed. Very stupid. Very bad. She went on a hike and never came back. He gestured vaguely. The jungle, he said. It eats people here. I realized this was more than just local gossip. A hike, I asked? Yes, a hike in the jungle. Don't stay there at night. I asked if it was safe during the day if I stuck to marked paths. He looked unhappy but marked a map for me. I don't want to put your picture up here too, he said. If the jungle didn't get her at night, she might still be alive. Hurt, maybe. It's sad. I tried to stay brave and took the map, adjusting my backpack as he went back to his work. I should have listened to his warning. I went to the hiking trail. It was incredibly humid and stuffy under the thick, gloomy canopy, but I had come this far and I couldn't turn back. I followed the path until I reached a fork in the trail. One path followed the line on the map, and the other led to a beautiful waterfall basin. Maybe my sister had taken the less traveled path for photos. I carefully went down to the waterfall and nearly tripped over a shoe. It was a dirty American sneaker. I picked it up and discovered a foot inside it, a real female foot. I tried not to throw up as I saw the flies and maggots in the severed flesh. I leaned against a rude wall, feeling sick. I checked my phone, but of course, there was no signal. I couldn't see the sun through the trees, but my phone said it was getting late. I needed to go back before nightfall. The jungle was full of unknown dangers, and I didn't want to be out there after dark. Then I heard it. Help! It was a faint echo through the thick foliage. I shouted back repeatedly, but no one answered. It hit me 1 foot didn't mean my sister was dead. I should have gone home earlier. Eventually, I came across an animal trail split in two. I found a cell phone half buried. It still had some battery and wasn't password protected. I checked the messages, mostly normal conversations asking for help, but the photos were different. There were pictures of the jungle, the waterfall, and the path I was on. One photo seemed to be taken from hiding. It showed a man with a knife looking into the underbrush. He was dressed in local clothes. Had he followed them from the hotel? This was serious. I needed to be ready to fight or run. I hid my backpack and checked the photos carefully. They showed the path I was on and some landmarks. Many were blurry and taken in a hurry, indicating they had been running. I reached the spot where the man's photo had been taken from the side and heard something crunching in the darkness. I froze, feeling a growing sense of danger. As darkness fell, the jungle went silent. I could only hear my own breathing. I used the phone's light to guide me and checked for more photos. I turned quickly, trying to find the source of the screen. The light showed only leaves and darkness. I held the knife in front of me and ran. I stumbled through the dirt, climbed up the river canyon, and sprained my ankle. I lost my backpack and the map. The jungle looked different in the dark, and I knew something was hunting me. I spent the night crammed in a rock hollow, blocking the entrance with stones. Outside, I heard "help" and mocking laughter, mimicking what the girls had said before they were attacked. When dawn came, I dragged myself back to the hotel. They took care of me, but I didn't tell them about the phone. Now, 5 days later, I'm supposed to fly back to the States tomorrow, but I know I won't make it. I can still hear it calling me from the night. It's out there, waiting, because it knows I can't escape. All those pictures were taken before they happened. I only came here because of the last photo, the one showing my death. I sit here, clutching the printed photo, waiting for it to come true. The clock on the wall ticks closer, second by second. It's creeping closer now, wrapping around my heart. I should have listened to the concierge. The jungle does more than just eat people here.